I learned from the, I learned
Is
from the
being
best
recorded.
Smooth boy.
Let's
Smooth boy.
Puppy Smooth boy. So let's all write in and join so that everybody sees this call, because the mindset call is always it's all about the mindset. I'm tonight at my Christmas party. That's the reason I'm looking like this. I don't know if you see it in the background, like the blue bill, like room there. You got to do social events as well, because it's always important, especially if you work like myself in a 9-to-5 still. It's important to have a good reputation in such a job or something, so that nothing falls onto you. Because remember one thing, like what we're doing right now is creating, like we're preparing to go to war, basically. That's how you can take it. What's good, guys that just joined? We're preparing to go to war, and we're going to war with the average, the people that told us that's normal. Why are you doing something like that? You know how many times I got asked today, what are you doing there on social media? And you know what the funny thing is? Even some of the colleagues said, I got massive respect for what you're doing there on social media, teaching people about finances and how to become a better version. And that's what we're preparing for, to go out there, because we're just starting. Imagine we have a room full of 100 people, and in the team are only 20, so 80 new people. Last time it was 20 guys out of the whole group that was there, that was in IM Academy. 30 people was people that never heard about trading, investing, or mindset. Probably, maybe in a little bit, but they never heard about IM Academy. So that's what we're always preparing for. That's why the mindset call is always the most important things. And for the guys that just joined, I said, whenever you have a problem, talk to me. Let me know about it. I know some of the guy, like I had it in this team as well. Like some of the guys said, hey, yo, bro, we're not as deep on a level of relationship yet that I will talk to you about my personal problems. But believe me, one thing, guys, like for me, each and every one of you guys is family. I don't care how long you are in this team. The guys that I met during the 2 days I was there showed me that it doesn't matter who's joining this team and working with those guys, everybody who's coming after is family. So know that no matter the problem, no matter the thing you have, just talk to me. Let me know what's going on in your life, because I'll always give you a perspective. You can ask Raul. I called with him today, 2.5 hours on some personal things that have been going on the last 2 days for him. And I told him my honest opinion. Like, it's not that I will disrespect you, or it's not that I will tell you you're not doing stuff and lazy, and I'm not gonna put negative energy up on you. I'm just gonna give you a different perspective, and that's like a topic I want to share with you guys, because perspective is everything. So right now I'm standing in front of like buildings over there, so I'm standing far away, so they might seem tall, but if I'm going closer, they're gonna be taller from me. So same thing with a mountain or something like that. Now my team leader is joining me and want to listen in about it. Du bist jetzt auf YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah, that's what recorded. I'm just told him that I'm recording this. So let's say you want to climb a mountain. If you're standing afar, you can put your fingers like that, and the mountain is in between your fingers. Doesn't seem tall, right? When you get closer, it's going to seem taller and taller, and as you get closer, you're going to think you're never going to reach that top. Same as with your personal problems every day. Your daily problems are just something that first seem big, but once you take a step back, or somebody gives you a different perspective, they're nothing. I just told Raul today that his problems, they don't matter, because it's about the bigger picture. Things he was struggling about, and I showed him some videos, things that helped me, because for those of you that don't know, I wasn't that confident type of dude like I am today. I can go into a room, I can read their energy, but I go with an attitude into a room, I'm the greatest motherfucker in this room. I know for a fact I bring the best energy into this room. I'm not gonna be the guy that's acting up like a clown. I'm, sometimes even resilient and not saying much, but I know for a fact, like, doesn't matter who I'm speaking with, I'm the best. because I know how to bring the best out of people, and everybody can be that. The only problem is the perspective is like your own problems always seem to be like the biggest thing that ever happened. And when you talk to a person, then it's going to be bigger than all of their problems. You ever had that when somebody tells you about their problem, you're going to tell them your opinion about it, and you're like, hey bro, it's not that big of a deal, and then they're going to say, but this and that. You ever heard that? Drop a 1 in the chat, or give a reaction if you ever heard somebody, like a buddy, talk to you and you told him your opinion, and he's like, but this and that. You ever heard that? I heard it today a lot of times. And now he's like, yeah, you're right though, bro. That's the thing about perspective. You got to be open to different perspective, because imagine this. Who played Grand Theft Auto in here? Everybody played GTA. It was one of the best games I've ever played in my life. Doesn't matter which GTA. Do you remember when they introduced the first time, like GTA was always a third-person shooter? You was behind that person, right? From camera perspective. You remember when they first introduced like first person? It was weird, right? Because you always saw what's going on around that person. When you're sitting in the car and stuff, you always saw everything that's going on. So imagine yourself, you only see what's in front of your eyes, right? You never see what's going on around you. That's the advantage different people have to you. They can tell you, no matter the problem that you're going through, their perspective and what's actually going on around you. Because for you, you might stand in front of that big tall mountain, and that person stands a kilometer away, and they're like, hey bro, don't worry, it's not that tall, it's not that big of a deal, and you'll make it. But in that moment, you're so overwhelmed with that size of that problem or whatever it is, that challenge. Let's not say problem, let's say challenge now. From now on, we don't have problems, we have challenges. Because think of this, Bruce Lee said it once, you're always going to be challenged by life. And you're going to stay on one plateau, one playing field, one level, until you're ready to get to the next. It's kind of like a video game. Who played Super Mario in here? Everybody played Super Mario. Everybody knows the OG game. Remember, you had like, I think in Super Mario World, you had like 3 lives or something in the beginning. And you had to like be good to get more lives. Remember what happened when you lost all 3 of the lives? You started from the beginning. So you practice and practice and practice and practice to then beat that one level where you always lost. Same with life. The only difference in life is you only got 1 life. You only got 1 chance. There is no redo. There is no retry. There is no save and load the last game file. There's no stop. You can't stop this progress from happening. So either you're practicing every day to reach the next level, or you're going to lose and stay on that one level for the rest of your life. And that's why perspective is so important, because perspective gives you kind of like a cheat code in the games. It gives you like an advantage on what's actually going on in your life. It gives you an advantage from somebody else telling you, hey bro, this is my opinion on the matter. This is your goal. You're here. And what's in between or what's holding you back right now doesn't even matter. You're going to make it to that point. So why even worry about the things that's going on? It can be everything. Could be your parents. I know everybody who starts the business has struggled with their parents. Who in here spoke openly with their parents about trading and network marketing? All right, that's good. Who didn't speak openly but got criticized by their parents? Drop a 1 in the chat or raise your hand. So you didn't speak with them openly, but you got criticized. Congratulations, I had the same challenge. You know what I told my parents? I don't fucking care. I told my dad, I showed him, I joined the business. set up my laptop, hooked it up to the TV, and I was like, okay, Dad, I got to show you something. And he's like, yeah, make it quick because I want to watch TV. My dad is a person, whenever I had a problem, like I was at a point in my life when a girl I was playing around with pulled up some ultrasonic pictures and told me, you're going to be a father. In the end, it was all like just a fake thing. But when I wanted to tell my father and I believed that I'm going to be a father, I was like, hey, bro, Dad, I got something to tell you. And he was like, yeah, can he just turn down the volume a little bit on the TV? He gave me a look at me and I was like, you really need to listen to this. And like, I turned down the volume on the TV. And he's like, what? Like, you're going to be a grandfather. Like, somebody told me today, like, I fucked up. I'm going to be a dad. And he's like, you stupid idiot. And he turned on the volume again. So from that on, like, every time I had a problem, I was like, you know what? I'm telling them just to be transparent, and integration is a big thing. Integrity, that's what the word is, integrity. To always be clean and open with your thoughts and things that's going on in your life, because then the people around you can act on them. And from that on, when I started the business, I hooked up my TV to my laptop to the TV. And I told my dad, okay, I'm going to become one of the greatest network marketers and traders they'll ever be. Showed him the presentation, and he was like, yeah, it's a scam. It's not going to work. Why should it work? I've seen things like that. I lost money in the stock market. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not you. That's what I told my dad. Told my father, like, I'm not you. Watch me do it. You know what the funny thing is? I've been doing this for 4 years. My dad got scammed this year because he's not able to work right now anymore, because he's, how you say it, handicapped, because he had a bad accident. Like, he almost lost his life 3 times last year. And he's an architect. He needs to go to like construction sites, like, and he like ruptured the bone below the knee, where like your knee is like a ball, and you have the top part and the bottom part. The bottom part was shattered to like 40 pieces. They told him, like, you'll never be able to walk normally again. So I don't know if you know Dr. House, the TV show. You know Dr. House, the TV show? Just Google it. This guy is like walking with a crane like this. So that's my dad, kind of. And he's an architect. He needs to go to the construction sites, but he can't. So I told, like, he got scammed this year because he got so much time on a crypto scam. You know, those people that text you. I know some of the team got texted by some fake Instagram bots that told you, like, how's your trading going? Whenever somebody messaged you on Instagram, like, hey, what's up? How's your trading going? It's a scam. Don't react to it. Just block that. My dad got scammed by such a person. He invested like $300, and now supposedly he has like $120,000 on his account. He showed me the website. I'm like, Dad, there's no payout option. Yeah, you need to contact them. And I was like, okay, let's contact them. They wrote a message back like, hey, you got to pay 10% first, and then we're going to give you your money. And I'm like, yeah, if you're doing that, you're the stupidest person I know on the planet. I've been doing this for 4 years. I've been not the best trader. I lost money. My dad gave me the trade. I actually lost money because last year in crypto, like, I took my money and my dad's money, invested in one project. It got dumped. So my dad, yeah, we both lost. My dad lost 1,000. I lost 3,000. I told him, like, yeah, we lost 4K together. And he's like, oh, you're stupid. You can't do it. I'm like, no, it's part of the game, because I'm not educated enough. So that was the first time for me, like, in crypto projects. So if you struggle with that problem, like with your parents, just tell them, just show them IM Academy, log into IM Center, show them everything, show them what you learn, show them your progress. Just tell them, like, I'm doing this. I don't, like, please don't give an opinion about it. Just watch me grow with this. Let me do this freely and support me, because I'm going to do it no matter what you say. I don't know who is, oh, she's watching a paradigm video. Bro, that's Bob Proctor, paradigms, because that's the thing. It's especially the topic. There's something called the paradigm. Who thinks we're all programmed to certain ways of thinking? Drop a 1 in the chat or raise your hand. For the guys who don't have the video on, either turn your video on or drop a 1 in the chat. One of the above. If you can't have the camera on, it's all good. Not everybody can look as sleek as me today. I'm just joking. No, I have respect for the guys. Like, I'm happy that everyone is here, no matter camera or not, but let's try to have the cameras on and sit at the table and write things down. because then you'll keep it in your head. So the question was, fuck, now I forgot it. Paradigm. Who heard of, or who thinks that your mind is programmed and you act because you were programmed a certain way? That was the question. And I know for everyone who doesn't write in the chat or whatever, you are. We all are. Because your parents raise you and they teach you things. Who can ride the bike in here? Or who can swim in here? Who can swim in here? Can everybody swim in here? If I pick you up next time I'm in Holland and I'm staying at the main port hotel again, I'm gonna pick you up and throw you in the water. Can you swim or not? Yeah, you can. You learned it as a kid probably, but you still remember, right? Because it's programmed in your subconscious mind. That's a paradigm. I'm gonna teach, if you're like that, bro, I'm teaching him how to swim. I'm jumping in to teach him how to swim. Don't make fun of a person. Because you never know why a person can't swim or ride the bike. Remember that. Not everybody is as blessed to have the same skills as you do. So that's a paradigm. You get taught certain things in school, through your parents, through your surroundings, and you adapt. Everybody that has a license in here and knows though, like, or whenever you guys drive a car, you have those moments, you have your phone in the hand or play around with the audio and the music, but you're still driving and shifting perfectly because it's programmed in your subconscious minds. You know how many, like, I don't know the exact number of active decisions we make on a day, but I would have to look it up, but it's not a lot of decisions. We take like what, 100 decisions a day, maybe actively. The rest of the decisions you make in a day, you actively, like you decide in a day, happens subconsciously. What are you wearing, whatever. For some people, or brushing should I brush my teeth? You just get up and brush your teeth. Subconscious decision. So that's because of the paradigm that got implied to your brain. And that's something that's really important, because a paradigm you can shift. Not all programs need to be constantly on a hard drive. So the same applies for your brain. Whatever somebody told you, you can be, do, or want, doesn't need to dictate your life, because you can shift your paradigm. And that's exactly what I showed Raul today. Showed him a video of the greatest mentor that has been on this planet. Sadly, not with us anymore, but the best thing about this age is whenever you record a video and put it on YouTube, it's going to be there forever. Bob Proctor taught me that, because I used to be a negative person as well. I had bad paradigms. Because of him, he saved my life, basically. If it wasn't for the things that he taught me through his lessons, and I was about to, like, I have one mentorship bought from him, but I wasn't going to buy another with real life mentorship, but I didn't have the money. Now I regret it for the rest of my life, because he's dead. You can't learn from him in person anymore. So I can learn from people like Alex Morton, because he's been a mentee of Bob Proctor's for 12 years. So I'm going to learn from people like that. That's the people we have on board here. And those people will tell you, no matter the problem you face right now, there's people that have worse problems and have a better life than you right now. Think about that. Ever thought why people in poor countries, third world countries, hustle harder than we in Europe or US? Because they don't have a choice to make. It's die or do. And I don't say do or die, because it's die or do. The last one is an important one, because die, we're all gonna die. So it's up to you to decide and get the perspective on, should you do it or not? Don't matter the problem. My dad can't work right now anymore, so he's figuring out what he should do next. And I know I gotta hustle harder. I gotta hustle harder. And you know why? Because he provided for me the last, I don't know, 20 years or something. So that I can have a good life. I can get education. I have food on the table. I have nice vacations. I have clothes on my, on my body. I have the things I want in my life. So I know I need to work hard the next couple of years, so my dad doesn't need to worry when he's handicapped, because he's not supposed to retire for the next 10 years or 7 years. So it's up to me to do it. So that's the thing, like that's the mentality people in third world countries have. And you got to get in that same fight or flight mentality that your life depends on it and the life of the people you love. Because I'll tell you one thing, it doesn't matter about network marketing or trading. It's either one of the things. If you want to help people around you grow and live a good life, you need to work harder. If you think and look at, I know everybody's happy for the rank ups that happened in the team, right? Raul hit his P600, Gio hit the P600. Gio was close to P1000. Who in here thought, oh, I would like to have the same? Be honest, drop a 1 in the chat. Who was thinking, I want that same thing? You know the thing, like, if I would be in the spot, I would be probably thinking the same thing. I would probably be in the same position. When Leander hit his P5, I was like, damn, that would feel nice to have his rank. When Marvin, and I looked it up with Leander the other day, I think like a year ago or something. Yeah, I think a year ago. Marvin was still chairman 10. He's close to chairman of 100 right now. When I joined, I think Marvin was still chairman 10. 1 or 2 years ago, I don't even know. I would have to look up the pictures and messages because I remember I messaged Marvin and it was like, you chairman yet? He was like, no, I'm close. And I think it was like 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years ago. And I was like, yeah, bro, you deserve it. I felt happy for him. Bro, I don't even know. I cried almost when we had that rank up call with Raul because I was so happy for him. I was like, he deserves it. Same thing with Gio. Gio's call was just on accident, so we only did it ourselves. But I still was so happy. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. Because I'm in that mentality of abundance. Like, I know I'll be there. I don't know how long it takes. I know it only is depending on my actions. The harder I hustle, the harder I learn, the more I study, the more hours I spend, the faster it will be there. It's only depending on me. Because for the trading, it's only on a matter of how many go lives have I watched, how much did I study the things I've learned, and how many hours did I apply the things on the charts. For the network marketing part, it's only about how many people today I spoke. How many presentations did I do today? You know what the funny thing is? I was still working today and now I'm on a Christmas party. I still did 2 presentations today. No Zoom, no nothing. I just spoke with them on the phone and told them about trading and why it's important. So I have a follow-up call. So I did a first call. I know some of you are new and I don't expect you guys to do that. But by time, like just invite people to it. I'm going to do the speaking for you. Gio's going to do the speaking for you. Raul. Tomorrow, Leander is coming. He's going to do the speaking for you. The person that has the most people there tomorrow will have the most success in the future. Luciano, bro, I got to say, like, I have mad respect for you. I remember you came as one of the shyest guys and you grew so much in self-confidence. Already got 2 team partners. I know the third one is not waiting. And I know the two guys you brought in, Rolf and Jamie, I know they're going to destroy. I know they're going to build big. And I think that of every single one of you guys. Like, I don't want to say somebody's better than the other. I know that of every single one of you. I know Patrick can be a player. He has a style. I know Afi already with the gym mentality. Derek, I know the same thing. Winish as well. Winish, you and me are like the same, like when it comes to working and everything. But you're like also like me. Like, first I'm going to mastermind in the back and then I'm going to execute. Same with Hiria. You already have a business, bro. Like, you're already winning. You're already business owner, bro. Don't even need to talk about that. You know what I mean? This is just a stepping stone, like, to make the best experience out of your network. And that's just the thing. Like, that's just the way of perspective, because you might not see those things. You might not see the potential that all of you hold. And you might not think that you can make it. But I know for sure, for a fact, that you can make it. Oh, and yeah, I forgot Neil. Bro, there's mad love for you. You know that. You guys all, like, I don't know who, like, I remember, Neil, you were mad and sad that nobody showed up. And I told you, like, does it matter? No, invite him next time. Same as Mitchell. Mitchell, last week you were like, fuck, Impulse is not working. right? You're like, oh, this shit is not working for me. We gave you a different perspective on it and you made your first profits. Mad respect for that. Now I already heard you have a couple prospects that we're going to introduce to the business this week because you caught the fire again. So you guys see and experience it yourself. You just sometimes need a different perspective on things to then go for it. But to give you a different perspective, if you want a different perspective from me, just let me know. I don't care how long we know each other. If you have a problem that you struggle with, things that is messing with your head, let me know. Don't delete messages you sent me on WhatsApp though, because I don't answer right away. Don't do that stuff. Like, I'll answer when I have time, because the reason I don't answer is because I don't have the time to answer correctly to you guys. So if it takes a day, don't think like I don't care. Know that I will take the right amount of time to answer to you that you deserve, and that problem you might have deserves. If it's just a stupid thing, like you're just starting to date a girl, I'm just going to be like, fuck her, on to the next one, or just leave it, let's do business. Because you attract the right people when you grow as a person. But if you have a problem with your parents, I'm not going to tell you, oh, it's going to be all right. I'm going to take the time to read and understand and talk to you to really fully understand your problem, and then give you the right answer, and maybe tell of my experience. But the only way I can help you guys is you talk to me. You can talk to Leander, you can talk to Gio and Raul as well. Even though they're not as long in the business, they might have experienced the same kind of things in their past. You can talk to anybody on the team. This is a family. Doesn't matter if they're directly in your structure, in your team. Let's forget that thought. Everybody's the same. I don't care if Raul or Gio is P600. You guys are all the same. You're one community, because you know what? It doesn't matter. We're 26 people or 25 people right now. In a year from now, we're going to be 500 to 1,000 people. It's already done. Because if we're going to be 100 in March, I know for a fact that we're going to be 500 to 1,000 people at the end of next year, just in your team. And every one of you guys is going to have a rank. I don't care which one, but you're going to have a rank that pays you as much as your full-time job. I believe in that for sure. So the thing is that I want to give you today is ask for help to give you perspective on your problems, and also watch Bob Proctor's paradigm shift, because you maybe don't want to hear it from me, Gio, or Raul. So listen to somebody that's been going through it for 60 years, because that's the guy I learned from. And it's basic. Once you understand what he's saying, you're like, damn, he's right. Why didn't I know this earlier? Because nobody told you, nobody gave you that information. That's why this is the craziest opportunity ever. You get access to things, to knowledge, to people that you would never meet in your life if you would stay in your little job. And if you want your life to change, don't do the same things you did yesterday or last week. Start to change. It only happens through the actions you take every day. You saw my team leader. He was behind me telling you guys, hey, what's up, buddy? He asked me, so what are you doing in Rotterdam? I was like, yeah, I'm going there for my thing that I'm doing next to my job. He's like, okay, cool. So yeah, my friend from Dubai is coming. He's like, oh, your friend from Dubai, he lives there? I'm like, yeah. Can you live from that stuff? And I'm like, yeah, he's making as much as I do in a year, in a month. And he's like, what? And he said, you know what? I got to be on one of your events. People just don't know this stuff. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys for the rest of the day. So if you guys want to continue, Raul or Gio, if you guys want to share what you learned, or Raul, if you want to share what you learned today because it fits the topic, then please do. I just need to go back in. Thank you for you guys joining. Like, I really I appreciate every one of you guys, like, taking the time out of your day to listen to me blab around and speak, because it's not normal. So thank you for your guys' time. And just know, whenever you need anything, I'll be happy to help you out. Like I said, we're a family. And I mean it. Even though I didn't meet every one of you guys, the guys that I met show me that it doesn't matter who's in this team, who's joining, who just joined, we're a family. Because I know those guys right here that you have that started it a month ago, Winish, Gio, Luciano, Ra, Neil, Mitchell, Niels, Patrick. Those were the guys that started, that spoke with me like in the first 2 weeks, that joined in the first 2 weeks, who really started to exploit it to others. I don't want to miss anybody out, but those were basically the ones that were really there from the start. Like, they showed me that this is family. They have the right values. And I know that the other guys that are on here, Gideon, I don't know who's iPhone right now, Jamie, Ralph, Derek, I know you joined because of those values. I know you guys joined the business because of the values they bring, because you respect them as the person. So let's build together like that. And one like homework I'm gonna give you guys, because of perspective, is think about the person you're gonna be in 5 years. Think about the person you wanna be in 5 years in the way you act, the way you speak, the way you're dressed, where you live, or the way you live, the way your relationship looks like, the way you lead your life every single day when you get up, like what's your routine on a daily basis? What do you do for a living? Like, write that down in detail. And write down, before you write that down, you write down, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am. And then you write that person down. And also write down, like, when it comes to money and finances, or like the way you live, write it down in detail. Like, if you want to earn, like myself, $1 million a month, write down, I'm earning $1 million every month. That's what I wrote down. That's what I still write down. People tell me I'm crazy, but I want 7 figures every month. I don't care about no 6-figure income in a year, because I could achieve that with my job. I want that every month. Because you know what you can do with that? You can build so much freedom around you. So write that down in detail. That's the homework. Appreciate and love all you guys. Fine avond for you. En dankjewel voor de tijd.
Yes, thank
Peace
you for
out.
being here, Chris.
Dankjewel voor
Ciao,
je tijd.
Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Het is pas 11:05, dus we kunnen nog wel eventjes doorgaan. Ik weet niet of iedereen nog een beetje actief is. Iedereen heeft alles een beetje kunnen processen. Ik zie niemand. Oh, kijk, nu mag je jezelf wat dempen afhalen. Nu kunnen we een beetje praten. Als je dat zou willen. Mag, hoeft niet. Ik ga Jill vragen om te unmuten. Ja, dan moet je je muis pakken. Hè? Oké, hij wil niet unmuten. Oké, heeft iedereen een aantekeningen gemaakt?
Wat wil je weten, bro?
Dus ik wil weten wat je ervan vond. Of je iets te delen hebt.
Ja, ik vond eigenlijk gewoon, wat Chris eigenlijk allemaal zei, man. Ik zeg je eerlijk, ik heb er eigenlijk niet veel op toe te voegen, man. Dit keer, ja, Chris zei het al. En volgens mij ook voor nu, om erop aan te sluiten, zeg maar. Volgens mij, Raoul heeft een leuk filmpje ook, wat we kunnen kijken.
Ja.
Zometeen als er nog vragen zijn. Zo niet, kunnen we naar het filmpje gaan. Laten we die gewoon gezamenlijk met z'n allen kijken. Het gaat over Change Your Paradigm. Maak vooral aantekeningen bij die sessie. En dan, ja, als je nog wat toe te voegen hebt, dan hoor ik het graag.
Als je geen aantekeningen kan maken, probeer gewoon goed te luisteren naar wat gezegd wordt. Want het maakt echt heel veel sens. Het is heel simpel en het kan heel veel dingen voor jezelf ook veranderen qua perspectief. Dus waar we het eigenlijk net allemaal over hebben gehad, perspectieven, verschillende perspectieven en Bob Proctor als mentor. Dit is eigenlijk een speech van Bob Proctor. Laat me kijken of ik de kwaliteit een beetje hoger kan krijgen. En dan deel ik mijn scherm. Iedereen die aantekeningen kan maken, maak aantekeningen. De video duurt ongeveer 10 minuten. Dus blijf gewoon rustig kijken, luister naar wat hij zegt en probeer te begrijpen wat je wordt verteld. 10 minuten van je tijd op een dag van 24 uur is eigenlijk relatief echt heel laag. En deze kennis kan gewoon heel veel dingen in de toekomst ook veranderen voor jezelf. Dus ik heb al aantekeningen gemaakt, maar ik ga nog een keer aantekeningen maken. Want elke keer dat je opnieuw blijft kijken, zullen er weer andere dingen oplichten in jouw mind. En deze dagen, wat ik nog laatste wil zeggen, wat hierop aansluit. Iedereen krijgt eigenlijk heel erg veel kennis binnen. Via de video's en go-lives die we kijken. Maar het is niet altijd even duidelijk hoe we dat moeten applyen. En alle kennis die we over de afgelopen jaren hebben gekregen, die zit eigenlijk vast in ons hoofd, die we niet altijd gebruiken. Dus het is gewoon belangrijk om te begrijpen van wat gebeurt er met de mind eigenlijk. En hoe act dat op jouw body en op je actions en op je gedachten. En het is echt lijp. Dus jullie zien mijn scherm? Even een duimpje, als je het ziet. Ja toch? Even kijken, horen jullie geluid?
You know, I went through how the conscious
That's
mind
right,
works,
sir.
how the subconscious, and how
Okay.
the body is an expression of the mind. And as you go through that, if you go through it a few times, you're going to see, yeah, that's exactly what
Yo,
happened.
doe groot beeld.
I want you to think of this from,
Zie jij niet groot?
Nee, man.
Laat me even een andere schermpje doen.
Of wacht. Nee, het is ook niet groot.
Ik ga even opnieuw doen dan. Aangezien je het niet kan zien. Hoe zie je het nu?
Wacht. Ja, zal wel goed zijn.
Gideon, zie je het hele scherm? Ja toch?
Ah ja, ja, laat maar zo is goed.
Zie jij ook het hele scherm, Gio?
Ja, ik zie nu wel het hele scherm.
Oké. Nou, laten we beginnen.
you know, I went through how the conscious mind works, how the subconscious, and how the body is an expression of the mind. And as you go through that, if you go through it a few times, you're going to see, yeah, that's exactly what happens. Now, I want you to think of this for a moment. When you impress an idea upon your subconscious mind, that alters the vibration of this instrument we call our body. See, our body is a molecular structure. Really what it is. It's a mass of energy in a very high speed of vibration. Now, we invented a word to describe our conscious awareness of vibration, and that word is feeling. If you ask a person, you know, how are you today? They'll say, well, I'm feeling fine, or I don't feel that good, I feel great. You never hear a person say, oh, I'm consciously aware of being emotionally involved with a negative idea, so therefore I've moved into a negative vibration. But that's exactly what happens. So you see, as we start to understand this, and we become aware that we're not feeling too good, we can change it. It takes a little training, but you can do it. We are really in charge of how we feel. Now, we let other people upset us, but we don't have to let other people upset us. We don't need to react to them. We can respond. We can listen to what they're saying, and they say, well, you're entitled to your opinion, but that's just not what I'm like. And we can hold our own idea of ourselves. You see, it's important that we grasp how the mind works and that we understand the relationship of the body to the mind and the mind to the body. Now, it's our results that we want to change. Now, our results could be in our physical body. It may want to be, you may want to cast off a few pounds. You may want to put on a couple of pounds. You may want to have a little higher energy. See, all the energy there ever was or ever will be is 100% evenly present in all places at the same time. Everything's energy. You know, you'll hear people say, where does he get all the energy? Where does she get all the... Nobody gets energy. Everybody releases energy. Desire is the triggering mechanism to lets the energy flow. Now, let's go back and have a quick review. Here you've got the little stick person here. There you've got the conscious mind. And remember, you have the sensory factors hooked up to the conscious mind. And then you have the subconscious mind, and then you have the body. Now, the conscious mind has the ability to choose thoughts. Those thoughts turn into pictures. We turn the pictures over to the subconscious mind, and then the subconscious mind expresses the action, all right? Now, what is the problem? Remember, we said the subconscious mind had no ability to reject. We said the subconscious mind cannot differentiate between what's real and what's imagined. How did we arrive on the scene? I'll tell you, when you arrived on the scene, you did not have any conscious faculties developed. The sensory factors weren't even developed. This is how you arrived. That's called the little life. That's the baby. No conscious mind. So there's the subconscious mind. It's wide open. You can put anything in it. You see, your subconscious mind is programmed genetically. That's why we look like our relatives. It's built right into the genes at birth. But then we're programmed environmentally. Carl Mendinger from the Mendinger Foundation in Topeka one time said, environment is more important than heredity. Why do you think you speak the language you speak? You speak that language because you were surrounded by people that speak that language in your little life. And the language just went right into the subconscious mind. If you grew up in a home that was bilingual, you learned both languages. I had an associate over in Kuala Lumpur, had a little boy, he spoke 4 languages at 4 years of age. And you'd look at that and you'd say, my gosh, no. The baby was programmed. Why do you like the food you like? It's programming. That's right. Now, let's stop and think about the environment we were raised in. Here's the baby, and look at the ideas and the thoughts and the concepts that are going on around that baby are going right into that baby's subconscious mind. Now, through repetition, over and over and over again, and remember, the baby's getting it all day, all week, every week, all month, every month, all year. And this goes on for 4 or 5 years. And the baby reaches the age of 4 or 5 where they can start to think that baby's programmed. That baby is programmed to think like the people it had been surrounded by. If the people that surrounded that baby had gone right through school, the baby will probably grow up and go right through school. If the people that were surrounding that baby always lived in hard times, never had any money, always in debt, that's probably how that baby's going to grow up. Now, this is bizarre, but this is how it happens. It's how it happens for me. I was raised during a depression. We didn't have any money. There was always talk about no money. You should be satisfied with what you've got. Well, that's not true. You should never be satisfied with what you've got. You should be happy with what you've got. Dissatisfaction is actually a creative state. So here we have now a baby that has been programmed. Now, let's take and think for a moment. What happens when that baby starts to think for itself? Now, think of this. The paradigm controls the vibration controls the action which produces the result. Now, here we go. Here you got the baby with the paradigm, and the conscious faculties have developed. They have the ability to think. There's a power flowing into them. What are they going to think? They're going to think thoughts that are in harmony with that paradigm. That's right. We've been raised to believe you go to work to earn money. Do you know that working is the very worst way to earn money? That's right. You should go to work for satisfaction, not for money. You provide service for money. You can earn money while you're sleeping. In fact, we have programs where we teach people to actually earn more money while they're sleeping than they'll ever need to use while they're awake. You say, well, that's a pipe dream. No. That's a paradigm that causes you to think that's a pipe dream. There's people doing that that are nowhere near as bright as you. But here we are now. We've got the person. They've been programmed in their little life genetically and environmentally. That paradigm is nothing but a multitude of habits. A habit is an idea that's been programmed into the subconscious mind over and over and over again. Now, the paradigm is literally controlling the behavior. Consciously, you can think of one thing, but subconsciously, the other idea will be controlling you. See, we can sit down and we can read these self-help books. We can listen to the recordings. We say, yeah, well, I can do that. That makes sense. That's logical. But then we can't do it. Why? Now, think of this for a moment. I want you to imagine that you're going to accept an idea right now to turn your annual income to a monthly income. You say, well, I'd like that, but will you do it? Probably not. Your paradigm will stop you. See, your paradigm literally controls the results. Now, let's think of how the paradigm was formed. The paradigm was formed through repetition. The ideas being planted in your subconscious mind. Now, understand your paradigm dictates your logic. Your paradigm controls how you utilize your time. Your paradigm controls your perception of situations. Your paradigm controls your effectiveness. Your paradigm controls the amount of money you earn. If you want to change your life, you must change your paradigm. You see, to most people, it's illogical that they could take and turn their annual income to a monthly income. But if you follow our teachings, we'll show you exactly how to do that. We'll show you how to accomplish anything you want to accomplish, because what we're focused on is showing you how to change the paradigm. When the paradigms change, your life changes. It's a beautiful concept. It's an absolutely phenomenal concept. Now you know why you're getting the results you're getting. It has nothing to do with your intellect. Your intellect, you can figure out how to do things. That doesn't mean you're going to do them. You'll hear people say, I believe that, but their behavior would indicate they've never even heard of it. Why? We believe something on a conscious level. On a subconscious level, the paradigm believes something else. There's a word called praxis. Praxis is the integration of belief with behavior. We've got to take the beliefs that we have consciously, that we determine by thinking, and plant them in the place of the old belief. See, I used to believe that I couldn't do anything better than I was doing. I felt fortunate that I was on the fire department. The idea of building a company that operated all around the world, furthest thing from my mind. But you know something? As I changed my paradigm, my whole world changed. That's what we do. That's what it's all about. You've got to change your paradigm if you want to change your life. Now, you can study all you want. If you don't gain an understanding how to alter that program, and that's what the paradigm is, it's a program. It's a multitude of concepts that are fixed in your subconscious mind that literally control your behavior. It's a beautiful concept to understand. It's a terrible one if you don't understand it, because it literally controls your life. Why do you think most people go right through their life and keep getting the same results year after year after year? Well, it's just the way it is, and they don't know. We should be taught this in school, but we're not. How is the paradigm formed? Through the repetition of information. How's the paradigm changed? Repetition of information. Now, let's suppose you're having a difficult time with money. You find that you got more going out than coming in. You've got to change your concept about money. How do you do that? Through the repetition of an idea. That's where affirmations comes in. I'll give you one I've been using for years. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities, I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. You don't just say that once or twice. You've got to repeat that maybe 1,000 times a day, every day for maybe 90 days. And you'll start to change your whole concept about money. Wealthy people all have multiple sources of income. Now, I'm going to tell you what happened to me. I drove around with a battery-operated record player and a long-playing record. And I played it over and over again every day for probably a couple of years. This was so totally illogical. It was behavior. Everybody thought I was losing it. And I'm reading the same book every day, Think and Grow Rich. As a matter of fact, I'm still reading the same book. And it was the repetition of Earl Nightingale's information and the book that changed the paradigm. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't understand what I was doing, but I did it. You know, I had a man come up to me in the Waldorf Hotel in New York, the Waldorf Astoria, at the end of a 3-day program, and he said, "Bob, I really want to thank you for what you've just given to me." He said, "For the first time in my life, I've understood how I accomplished what I did." I said, "What did you do?" He said, "I won the gold medal in the decathlon in the Olympics in Melbourne, Australia in 1957. That's right. Milt Campbell. And he said, "I never understood how I did it." He said, "The next time you run a seminar, I want to bring my boys." And he did. Milt and I became great friends. In fact, Milt has a key to our house. He can come stay there anytime he wants. I live in Toronto, he's in New Jersey. But here was the top athlete in the world, a very best athlete in the world. He didn't understand how he got there. Most people that are very accomplished cannot tell you why they are. That's why they are. They've rewritten the program. They changed the paradigm. They might not have understood how they did it, but they did it. That's what our company is all about. We teach people how to change paradigms. I want to thank you for watching this, but I'm going to ask you to share.
Zo.
2 mensen weggaan, volgens mij.
Hey bro. Top video, man. Top video. Wat vonden jullie ervan, man? Allemaal.
Je mag jezelf ontmoeten.
Ja, mute jezelf. Als je er niet comfortabel mee bent, zet het in de chat.
Ja, man, dat is goed, man. Blijf halen, man. Dat is echt belangrijk, man. Blijf halen. En blijf in jezelf geloven vooral, man. Blijf zeggen wat je wilt worden.
Let's go. Luciano, jij wilde ook nog wat zeggen?
Ja, ik ga hem later even opnieuw kijken. Ik viel een beetje terug.
Nee, sowieso. Staat die video ook in de groep, ja toch of niet?
Ik ga hem nog een keer sturen. Maar wat ik gewoon aanraad is, kies mentors uit. Kijk naar mentorships, kijk naar mindsetcalls, kijk naar dingen die gewoon... Weet je kan naar ons luisteren sowieso. Wij passive value door, maar wij leren onze value weer van andere mentors. En ik raad je gewoon aan om ook gewoon mentors zelf te bekijken, om meer kennis elke dag op te doen. Want bijvoorbeeld zoiets, als je het even kijkt en goed begrijpt en het makes sense in je hoofd, gaat gretig worden naar meer. Je gaat meer willen weten, want het is interessant en je weet dat het een verschil kan maken. Dus dan vandaar dat ik ook dacht van, weet je, we kunnen het onderwerp behandelen, maar je kan ook het onderwerp bekijken. Daarna kunnen we eventuele vragen behandelen. Of kan je het opnieuw bekijken. Want zoals, je hebt gezien hoe oud die man is. Hoe oud was die man? Hij was op dat moment voor mij 82 jaar.
Dat klopt.
Hè? Oh, voor mij geen per ongeluk. Maar hij was 82 jaar. Besef je dat? Die energielevel die hij nog steeds overbrengt in zo'n video.
Lijp, man. Is
Ja, man. En wat ik gewoon erover wil zeggen is, weet je, hij heeft dat boek echt gewoon voor 50 jaar lang gelezen. Dat is dedication.
Maar Raoul,
Next level dedication.
Wat
Ja.
je ook zei toch, is van, je mag blij mee zijn met wat je nu hebt. Maar dat zou niet genoeg wezen, toch?
Nee. Hij zei,
Of ik verstond het wel slechter of zo. Wat zei hij?
Hij zei iets van, je
never
mag
be
nooit-
satisfied with what you
Yeah.
have. Only be happy with what you have. Because unsatisfaction creates something different in your mind. Snap je?
Juist.
Niet tevreden zijn met wat je hebt, maar blij zijn met wat je hebt.
Precies.
Als jij genoegen gaat nemen met wat je al hebt, ga je niet meer willen in je hoofd. Want je traint je subconscious mind om dat die niet te hebben.
Precies. Op een gegeven moment, wanneer je al blij bent met wat je nu al hebt. En laten we zeggen, je gaat niet verder dan dat denken. Dan ga je ook niet meer verder komen, snap je?
Ja,
Zo.
niet het woord blij gebruiken. Gebruik het woord tevreden.
Ja, toch? Tevreden.
Ja, toch? Want je moet sowieso altijd blij zijn met elk klein dingetje wat je hebt. Je moet grateful zijn. Dankbaar. Maar niet satisfied. Je weet toch?
Zie.
Zie.
En weet je,
Nice,
laat me
man.
zo zeggen, zoiets duurt 10 minuten. Als je zoiets elke dag kijkt, bro, ga je weten wat deze computer hier gaat, wat nieuws gaat programmeren hier.
Zo.
En schrijf ook voor jezelf eigen affirmations op die je elke dag voor jezelf wil behandelen. Geloof me, affirmations are key. Als je affirmations moet je gewoon sowieso elke dag naar luisteren. En zoals hij zei, je kan ook je eigen affirmations gewoon bedenken en die elke dag blijven herhalen. Je traint je subconscious mind om anders te denken over bepaalde dingen. Alles wat je elke dag zegt. Daarom zijn we ook bezig met habits te creëren. Hij zei ook gewoon van, letterlijk, hoe heb ik het overgeschreven? A habit produced over en over en over en over. Als je dat gewoon doet, gaat het ook in je subconscious mind. Want je doet het automatisch. Het is een programma geworden. Je weet wat je moet doen. Als je elke ochtend opstaat en weet dat je affirmations moet doen, gaat het uiteindelijk ook in je programma komen. Je weet toch? Door het gewoon te doen. Het gaat werken. En die ideeën moeten in je subconscious mind komen. Dat doe je door affirmations uit te roepen. Dat doe je door dingen hardop te zeggen en elke dag mee te blijven omgaan. Weet je? Stop niet met waar je mee bezig bent, totdat je nog niet bereikt hebt wat je wil bereiken. En elke keer blijven je doelen vergroten, weet je? En ja, man. Ik zeg je eerlijk. Soms kan sommige dingen die je dan gaat begrijpen best wel informatieverrijkend zijn voor jezelf. Om ook weer bepaalde dingen, je eigen weg weer door te pakken. Dus ik wil het niet te lang houden. Ik zal de link in de groep sturen, zodat iedereen hem nog een keer kan kijken. En nog een keer, en nog een keer, en nog een keer. En gewoon goede aantekeningen erbij kan maken. En gewoon op zijn eigen tempo pauze kan zetten. Maar ik denk dat het ook wel een goede aansluiting was op wat Chris zei. Over bepaalde perspectieven die je hebt. En over bepaalde dingen die je op het dagelijkse habit eigenlijk doet. Moet gewoon veranderen. Als je er niet
Ja.
tevreden mee bent en je wilt er succes van creëren. Je weet wat je moet doen. Ga voor jezelf evalueren. Kijk veel mindsets. Kijk veel luister naar veel affirmations. En doe gewoon de dagelijkse dingen. En als je zegt van, hey, ik wil zeg maar dit improven, maar ik weet niet wat voor dingetjes ik daarvoor moet doen. Je kan me gewoon appen. We kunnen gewoon even kijken van, waar sta je nu op dit punt? Wat wil je nog bereiken? En waar wil je naartoe groeien? En dan kan ik voor mezelf bedenken, oké, dit zou ik voor mezelf doen. Wat vind jij ervan? En dan gaan we beginnen, weet je? Iedereen is er voor elkaar. We kunnen elkaar vragen stellen. En stel ze ook gewoon in de groep als je daar comfortabel bij bent. Zodat iedereen ook wat heeft aan een antwoord.
Ja, man. Ra, ik heb zo'n vraagje, man.
Ja toch?
Zaterdag, dan kom ik er wel bij. Alleen ik heb om 5:30 een sollicitatie. Daarna kom ik gelijk. Ik ben wat later, maar ik kom wel. Ga je bedoelen?
Mag je sollicitatie ook in die café doen waar we zitten?
Moeilijk, man. Want ik zou maar zeggen, mijn eerste werknemer toch. En ik ga
Oh,
gelijk, laat me zeggen, mijn zaak-
neem je tijd. Ja,
Dus ik kom gelijk nou, ja? Ik ben misschien daar om 6:15, 6:30 zo, ja?
ja, en even kijken. We beginnen om 4 al. Als je zegt van ik wil het eerste uurtje, doe ik niks. Ik wil even komen, mag je altijd komen. Ik weet niet of je vrij bent of niet. Maar tussen 4 en 8 zijn we gewoon daar. En daarna
Ik
zullen
had toch
we...
niet goed, man. Cheat man. Gewoon goed.
Dus komt goed, man.
Zie je dan, Guy?
Ik ga door, ja?